What's up, beautiful people? Thank you so much for being here, visiting my channel or revisiting my channel. My name is Naya, and I really wanted to check in and explain some of the changes that's been going on in my life, and also just to touch base. I've been having this streak of perpetual growth, and I'm not mad at it, you know what I mean? But a lot of this journey, I've realized that I've had to take a lot of time to be introspective. And you know, if I'm coming to share something with an audience, which to me, everybody's family, so I'm like, listen, if I'm coming to you, giving you advice or sharing my perspective, or you know, telling you how I feel about this, that, and the third, and how you could possibly go about your life to enhance it, I do feel like I have to come from a place of security within myself, and at least a certain level of security within myself. So you know, I've been taking a lot of time for that introspection. And like I said in my previous videos, you know, growth is a choice, and growth is something that you have to consciously choose, because you can't really appreciate the pain of growth and the challenges that come with growth. You can't appreciate that in its fullness unless you choose it, because you know, we go through these motions and these changes in life, and sometimes we're like, I didn't ask for this, like I don't know where this is coming from, I don't know what's happening in my life right now, you know, and this is just too much. But when you choose growth, there's a difference in how you react to the changes and what may seem like turbulence, and what may seem tumultuous, and what may seem challenging. When you choose to grow, you don't look at it like, oh, this is so terrible. You're looking at it like, this is a part of the journey. This is a part of the process of becoming the hero of my own story, because you create your own story, right? So, and you know, that's all I preach here, is how much we are the creators and how much we create our realities. And we do that in a multitude of different ways. But you know, the way that we create our realities, the most that we are also very unconscious of a lot of the times, is our thoughts and our mental patterns, and what emotional signatures that mentality that you may have, you know, leaves. Like, they all leave emotional signatures, and then you act from a place of being hurt, or being insecure, or feeling doubt, or feeling fear, or not taking chances, or being complacent. You know, there's so many results to not choosing growth, and to also judging the process of growing. So wow, that was a very long introduction, and I did not mean for that to happen. But you know, I don't really have a curriculum for this video. I just wanted to touch base, right? So some of the stuff that I've been learning over the past 2 months is this. One, do not judge your experiences as good or bad. You just really have to face head on what you're actually experiencing on this journey of your unfolding, because you're constantly unfolding into a new moment in quantum leaps. Actually, you're constantly evolving, and there's some motion to that, right? And so there will be things that happen that are not so desirable. They don't feel as good, but they're a part of the process. And so is the good stuff. When you feel excitement and you feel tremendous joy, that's also a part of the process. But if we're judging the good as, oh, this is great, I want more of this, and then judging the bad as like, oh, like I don't want you here, like go somewhere, it's like then you're neglecting a part of you that's essential. You're judging an experience that's essential for you to grow and get to the next level. You can't really go through the process of growing without experiencing discomfort and, you know, challenges along the way. They're a part of it. And I'm sure you hear so many people talk about, you know, failures, and talk about the disappointments, and talk about like all these things that you will face on your journey of growth and becoming successful, whatever that looks like for you. They're gonna be shortcomings, and they're gonna be these very uncomfortable situations, but it's your judgment and your perception of these experiences that make them good or bad, right? So, you know, they won't necessarily be bad if you just see it as just observe it as part of the process of you becoming your best version. And especially if you've chosen a path in your life that is not conventional and that's not by the books, like you're choosing to go a certain route in your life that is more of an adventurer, you're choosing to be your creative self, and you're choosing to take chances and, you know, stepping out of the circle that everyone might have been putting you in. If you decide to step out of that circle, as outside of that box, whatever, outside of the triangle, if you choose to step out of that, you don't know what you're gonna face, right? But that is the fun of experiencing life. That is the fun in seeing what unfolds, right? It's such excitement. And so for me, I've been experiencing a lot of challenges, some pushbacks, you know, but I've also been experiencing massive growth, and I've been doing more of what I love and what I'm so good at, which is writing and singing and really connecting with people and really seeing what my place is and how I add value and how I can best add value to the world as a content creator, as a personality, as a writer, really seeing what place do I have here and how can I best serve humanity at large, you know, because we all have, that's a part of all of our purposes, is to serve and add value to humanity as a whole. We all have a purpose here, and we're all responsible for keeping our human race afloat, you know what I mean? Because if one of us go down, like another person goes down, you know what I mean? So we have to make sure that we're thriving together and that we're helping support everyone. And so whatever you're doing with your life, it cannot only be about you. Whatever you're building, it cannot only be about you. It can come from your inspiration and your empowerment, but that you being fed inspiration and empowerment is for you to go out and inspire and empower other people. So, you know, I'm learning a lot about just really accepting where you are in your journey and accepting what comes and what unfolds, right? And really taking from our experiences the lessons that they came to deliver to us, right? Because there's always a message and there's always a lesson to take in, to extract, you know what I mean? And usually when something bad happens, what we do is we tighten up and we tense up, and then we start going down a rabbit hole of negative thoughts or negative feelings about what the outcome of this may be. But the truth is that, like, good experiences and like experiences alike are meant to come and go. They pass through you, they cycle, they evolve, and then they go on, you know what I mean? Unless, however, you choose to tighten up around the tense situations, the challenges, whatever the circumstances that you're being faced with that may seem a little uncomfortable. When you tighten up around them is when they don't go away, right? Is when you tighten up and you hold on to them. So that tension, energetically, you know, it sits in different parts of your body too. If you realize when you have like tension at the back of your neck, or when you have tension in different parts of your body, because energy, it flows all throughout our body and all throughout our universe. And you know, when energy is flowing through you, such as our experiences, if we tighten up around them, then they're kind of like energetic knots in our bodies. And so we have to make sure that we're allowing our experiences to flow. Be the observer of your experiences and don't judge them as this is a good experience and this is a bad experience. Just observe the experience for what it is and take from it the lesson that you can take from it to help you and to help you build that foundation. And if you've already built that foundation, then you can put it in your toolkit, put those lessons in your toolkit to keep moving forward. Because unless you've experienced certain things in your life, you know, specific situations, whether it be romantic, whether it be with your career, whether it be in school, whether it be with your family, whether it be with friends, whether it be with your social life, all these experiences teach you something. I'm sure we can all agree on that, especially if you want to learn something from them. So if you want to learn from your experiences, if you want to go through these, you know, tumultuous times and at least have something to show for it, then take from them the lessons that they were meant to bring you. And don't hold on, don't tighten, because everything passes. I'm sure every situation or every experience you've had in the past that has made you uncomfortable, when you when you either talked to someone about it, wrote about it, sang about it, danced about it, whatever, like you allowed it to flow and you allowed it to go, right? So you want to make sure that you're really just accepting and aligning with who you are, the truth of who you are, and doing more of what makes you feel like you're thriving, what makes you feel like you're more like aligned on your path, and also what makes you feel joy and what makes you feel happy, and you know, understanding that there is a light and there's a darkness, and neither of them are bad. You know, if you look at the yin and the yang, the Tao, you'll realize that there's a dark side and there's a light side. And right there in the middle, it's called the way, right? And that way is balance, right? That way is where we all should exist. And it's okay that we don't always exist there in the middle, because sometimes we do get thrown out of balance. Sometimes we do get shaken up a bit and then we're really uncomfortable. And sometimes we're really on the far end of the spectrum and we're really excited. But at the same time, no end of that spectrum is necessarily the place to be. In the middle and balance and being the observer of your experiences is where you should be as you experience life. And it truly makes life easier to deal with. It makes, you know, my experiences easier to deal with. It makes everything that I go through worth it, because I know that at the end of each experience, at the end of each conversation, at the end of, you know, at the end of anything really that you experience, there's always something to take from it. And so, you know, I just really wanted to just deliver this message, because that's the biggest lesson I've been learning in the past 2 months as I go out and pursue music and go out and pursue being a writer and a media professional. And I'm learning that it's just all unfolding, and it's unfolding in perfect timing. Your life is unfolding in perfect timing. You're coming into contact with everything that you're experiencing at the perfect time that you need to be faced with it, so that you can use that to assist you in your forward movements, right? And so, you know, I hope that this helps in some way for you to deal with, you know, life as it comes, and really to deal with, you know, all of your experiences as they come. Because honestly, like, we are all infinite beings having this human experience, and honestly, to make the best of this human experience, we really need to be as balanced as possible, so we make more rational decisions, so we make, you know, decisions that will serve our better good, and not so much the ones that we'll regret having. Like, we really want to utilize everything that we go through and really observe ourselves in all of these experiences that we have, so we better understand ourselves and so that we can better understand life. So I hope this helps, and I will see you soon in my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and because I would love to see you back here. I would love to see you here, and so we can continue growing together. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.